Just the other day, I ran into a father and son who looked so much alike that it was uncanny. The same mannerisms, the same laugh, even the same way of talking with their hands. It reminded me of that old saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. This got me thinking about spiritual families too. Did you know that Saint John Bosco was shaped by a priest that he had never even met? Today, I want to tell you about Father Pius Brunone Lanteri, the spiritual tree that influenced Don Bosco in some profound ways, even though they lived in totally different generations. I'm your host, Adrian Fonseca. Subscribe for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Welcome to the Miracles and Prophecies of Saint John Bosco. I'm Adrian Fonseca. These videos exist to share timeless wisdom from Saint John Bosco that can transform your spiritual life today. You know, God often works in your life through people that He places in your path, sometimes even people that you've never even met. Their example, their wisdom, their vision can shape your journey in foundational ways. And as you watch today's story, think about those special mentors and influences that God has brought into your life. Who has shaped your mission? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. And before we dive in, are you able to attend Mass regularly? Would you like an extra weekly Mass prayed exclusively for your intentions? How about that weekly Mass and a daily rosary prayed for you by us here at the Don Bosco channel? Click the link in the description box down below to become a supporter of Don Bosco. I'll explain more about the program at the end of the video. During his seminary years, St. John Bosco struggled with a particular dilemma. He deeply desired to join a religious order, finding security in the idea of obedience rather than leadership. The thought of directing others actually frightened him. But which order was right for him? In his final years of theological studies, he felt drawn to the Institute of the Oblates of Mary in Turin. He would visit their church to pray and eventually asked his friend Giuseppe, who had already joined the Oblates, to introduce him to their superiors. These superiors quickly recognized John's potential and invited him to join. Yet, for reasons John really couldn't explain, something held him back from accepting. Despite this hesitation, he maintained close connections with the Oblates, learning about their history, their spirit, and their rules. Through these interactions, he became deeply influenced by their founder, Father Pius Brunone Lanteri. Father Lanteri worked tirelessly for the salvation of souls. He created several associations to combat widespread moral problems. He focused on educating young people in the Piedmont about the sound principles of faith and morals. He distributed thousands of books teaching Catholic doctrine. He also had a profound love for the papacy. When Pope Pius VII was imprisoned in Savona, Lanteri risked his life to securely deliver crucial documents to the Holy Father. This led to Lanteri being exiled for 4 years. During this difficult time, he wrote and distributed numerous pamphlets to help the faithful maintain their love and obedience to the Pope. And did you notice how every single one of Father Lanteri's objectives later became central to John Bosco's own mission? Father Lanteri infused his spirit into the congregation of the Oblates of the Virgin Mary. Their purposes were to provide spiritual exercises for the faithful, combat contemporary errors, develop young clergy, and serve as a steadfast support for the Roman Pontiff. By bringing John Bosco into contact with the Oblates during his formation, God was completing his mysterious work of preparation. From that initial meeting arranged by his friend Giuseppe, the ideas and methods of the Oblates illuminated John's vision. Don Bosco would eventually expand each of Lanteri's objectives, incorporating his own experiences and inspirations from his childhood and young adulthood. From this remarkable convergence, the Salesian order would emerge. In Father Lanteri, God gave Don Bosco a model of a religious founder. And in the Institute of the Oblates, he outlined methods that would later be adopted by Don Bosco and spread throughout the world. This story shows us how God works across generations. He plants seeds through one person that will fully bloom through another. Though they never met face to face, Father Lanteri's vision became the foundation upon which Don Bosco would build his extraordinary work. Our Don Bosco Promoter Program is inspired by the same principle of spiritual connection. Just as Father Lanteri's vision extended through Don Bosco, your support helps extend Don Bosco's vision into today's world. When you join our promoters, you become part of this continuing spiritual lineage. When you join, you're able to donate as much or as little as you would like, and your contribution helps fund this whole channel. In return, we of course create these videos, but we also wanted to do more. So we asked a local Catholic priest to offer Saturday Masses for our Don Bosco promoters and then to include their written intentions in his Mass. We also pray our daily rosaries for each and every one of you. We have several of Don Bosco's books that we ship out to our donors as well. And we also have other gifts that you can see if you click the link down below. In short, we want our Don Bosco promoters to be flooded with not only Don Bosco's teachings through our videos, but also graces from masses, rosaries, beautiful images, and much more. If you'd like to join us as an official promoter of Don Bosco, click the link in the description box down below right now. Isn't it amazing how God works? Even though Father Lanteri and Don Bosco have never met, their spiritual connection changed the world. This reminds us, of course, that God's plan often unfolds across time. Some of us plant the seeds, others water, and some see it to fruition. The connections that God weaves in your life matter deeply. Just as Don Bosco built upon Lanteri's foundation, someone might be building on the foundation that you're laying right now without you even realizing it. So I'm curious, who has God placed in your life as a spiritual mentor or guide? And how might you be influencing others without even knowing it? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed learning about this connection between these two holy men, check out our video, They told him to ignore his dream, by clicking the link on the screen right now. You'll discover how a childhood vision that everyone dismissed actually revealed Don Bosco's entire life mission. Thank you for joining me today. Saint John Bosco, pray for us. May God bless you, and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you.